sing, and draw some things. Art Squad. Stories told in drama shows. Art Squad. Come together, we're a team. Art Squad. We can get through anything. Art Squad, come join the Art Squad. We are the Art Squad. Let's go!
Hey, and welcome to the Art Squad. Today, we're going to be telling some stories with Natalie. And once upon a time...
Hey, you're here. Welcome to the Storytelling Nook. Today's story is a fractured fairy tale. And what that means is I took a story that we all know and hopefully love, and I changed it around a little bit. So maybe by the end you'll know which story I borrowed this idea from. Are you ready? It goes like this. Edgar had a big head and not so very much in it, but where he lacked in brains and intellect, Edgar made up for it in heart. Now, one morning, as the roosters began to crow, maybe you can help me with that. Can you go cock-a-doodle-doo? Are you ready? One morning, as the roosters began to crow, cock-a-doodle-doo. Oh, I heard you. That was great. And the sun stretched its arms into the new day. Well, Edgar woke with a feeling that this was going to be a lucky day. So he got up, he put on his super snazzy lucky shirt, he put on his lucky pants, he put on his lucky striped shirt, and he ran downstairs, kissed his mother goodbye, was out the front door before his mother yelled, "Edgar, you forgot your shoes!" Well, Edgar had a big head and not so very much in it, so he didn't mind that he wasn't wearing shoes. He didn't even notice. He was so busy thinking about this lucky day ahead of him and making up a little song that went like this. Today's my lucky day. Lucky things are gonna come my way. Today's my lucky day. Can you sing it with me? Today's my lucky day. Lucky things are gonna come my way. Today's my lucky day. Well, meanwhile, down the road a little bit, Madeleine had a big head and she had a big nose and she had big ears and Madeleine had big teeth. But where she lacked in beauty, Madeleine, she made up for it in heart. Now that morning, as the roosters began to crow, cock-a-doodle-doo, that was great, and the sun stretched its arms into the new day. Can you stretch with me? Madeleine woke with a feeling that this was going to be an unlucky day. So she got up and she put on her unlucky shirt that had the saggy pockets in the front. She put on her unlucky pants that were kind of itchy. She put on her unlucky socks that had a hole in the heel. And she went looking around her room for the one thing that would make her feel better. Now, how about you? When you're having a bad day, what makes you feel better? Let me hear. Oh, I think I heard somebody say a teddy bear. Oh, that's good. Oh, games. Oh, playing with your sister. Oh, that's good. Ice cream. Oh, that's a good one too. Well, for Madeleine, the thing that would make her feel better was her very best friend, Bella. Now, Bella lived and slept in a little box under her bed about this big. And when she went looking for Bella, Bella was gone. So Madeleine looked under the bed, in the bed, behind the bed, around the bed. She looked all over the bed. She looked in the dresser, around the dresser, behind the dresser. She looked everywhere in the room. Bella was nowhere to be found, so she went running downstairs, kissed her mother goodbye. She went out the front door. She remembered her shoes because she was actually quite smart. And she called out, "Bella! Bella!" Bella was nowhere. Well, you may be wondering, what exactly is Bella? Well, I told you that she lived and slept in a box about that big, and that this was a fractured fairy tale. So do you have any guesses? Oh, well, maybe she's a fairy. That's a good guess. Does anyone else have a guess? A hamster? Oh yeah, in a box this big. That's a great guess too. Oh, anything else? A duck? Oh, maybe. Well, let's see. Let me give you a clue. Bella had a big head and big googly eyes and a big neck. And Bella had big floppy feet. Did anyone guess it? Well, let me give you one more clue. Bella was 100% unmistakably green. Did you get it? Oh, I think I heard someone say it. Yes, Bella was a frog. Now, that morning, as the roosters began to crow, cock-a-doodle-doo, oh, very good, and the sun stretched its arms into the new day, Bella woke with a feeling that this was going to be a lucky day. So, Bella put on her super snazzy lucky pink ribbon and she went hopping down the stairs, out the front door, took a left and saw the most glorious thing that a frog could find. It was an ooey, gooey, muddy mud puddle. Now for you and I, that is not so lucky, but for Bella, that's like a day at the spa. Bella jumped in, started doing the front crawl, started doing the backstroke, started singing in the bathtub, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, singing in the bathtub, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Well, meanwhile, around the corner came Edgar. And he was singing his song. Today's my lucky day. Lucky things are gonna come my way. Today's my lucky day. Well, so busy was Edgar looking up and around that he didn't notice that his foot stepped into a mud puddle. And that puddle completely soaked his foot. Now, for you and I, that is not so lucky. But for Edgar, it was actually the first time he looked down. And what did he see? Singing in the bathtub, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Singing in the bathtub, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Well, Edgar and Bella saw each other at the same time, and I told you Edgar had a big head and not so much in it, so when he saw this frog with a pink ribbon, he didn't think, oh look, it's a girl frog. Or, oh, it must be a frog that belongs to a girl. Or, let's stretch it even further, it must be a frog that belongs to a princess. No, Edgar believed that this frog was a princess. So, Edgar had an idea. We all know what has to happen to turn a frog into a princess, right? Edgar bent down and he picked up that ooey gooey dripping frog because of course In order to turn her into a princess, he had to, what? Kiss the frog. So just as he was about to lay a big smackaroo on Bella, around the corner came Madeleine. She saw someone found her frog. She went running up at the exact same time. Edgar closed his eyes, kissed Bella. Bella jumped out of his hands, landed in Madeleine's pockets, and he opened up his eyes and poof! A princess! Edgar couldn't believe his luck. His very own princess. Well, Madeleine was treated like the most beautiful princess that Edgar had ever seen, and with time, she got more and more beautiful. And the three of them, well, they became best friends. They were like thick as thieves. They were like 3 peas in a puddle. Now, you and I know, when you kiss a frog and it turns into a princess, well, poof, the frog disappears. You have the princess. And, well, Edgar never did figure out that Madeleine was not really a princess. And I'm sure you can guess why. Because Edgar had a big head and not much in it. The end. Oh, thank you so much for helping me. Did you help me with the actions? And did you guess what Bella was? And did you guess what story I borrowed this idea from? Oh yes, from the Frog Prince. Excellent. So now you can see that you can take a story that you like and you can change things a little bit and make it a different story. Maybe you can try that with a story like, for example, the 3 Little Pigs. You can change different things and make it a whole new story. You can change, instead of the 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf, maybe it's the 3 little wolves and the big bad pig. Or you can change the setting or the place where the story takes place. Maybe instead of them building houses, maybe they're up in the North Pole and they're building igloos. And you can change the story however you like. So maybe you could try that this week. Take a story that you are close to and that you enjoy and change it up a bit. Make it your own. Use your imagination. How fun is that? All right, well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Psst, do you want to join the Art Squad? Be sure to follow and subscribe so you can see what the squad leaders have for you next.